Unless you're living on a rock, you've probably heard about that FTX scandal. That crypto, I guess FTX was a crypto exchange where people could, I don't know, buy, sell, I don't know, invest in cryptocurrencies or whatever. I don't know much about cryptocurrency, but basically, you've heard of Bitcoin and all these things, and this scandal came out with this guy, SBF or whatever. Where he was essentially, it seems, running some kind of Ponzi scheme and taking people's money and I guess giving it away, especially to politicians and so on and so forth. But yeah, now that company has filed for bankruptcy and a lot of people have lost their money. And I don't even know if anything is going to happen to him. But there's a lot that we can learn from that and apply to the online health information space. And so I'm going to sort of discuss 3 lessons that we can apply to health information, because online there's so much health information available and the internet is amazing, technology is amazing, Google, etc. But so much of the information available is incorrect and also confusing and just conflicting, and people are just confused and don't really know sometimes what to do, or end up taking wrong information or wrong advice from people. So what are those 3 lessons that hopefully people should learn from that FTX scandal, with finances, but how can we apply those to the health space? Number 1, do not relinquish control, right? So in this case, apparently some people put all their money, they put all their eggs in one basket and they relinquish total control of their money, right? Do not relinquish total control of your money. And if so, not of all your money, and the same with your health, right? Don't relinquish total control of your health. Like, we doctors and other healthcare providers, we are here to guide you, right? And ultimately, at the end of the day, you make an informed decision based on the general advice that we give, right? And on your specific set of goals, okay, for your life and for your family and so on and so forth, right? It's never just like, okay, do this and everybody does this and this is the right thing for everybody. Every decision is individualized, but at the end of the day, don't just relinquish all control of your health into the hands of, a doctor or nurse practitioner or whatever. Like, what if by chance they don't quite, know what they're doing, right? Or maybe they're like outdated because they didn't keep up with the educational process that we have to keep up with as healthcare providers. Or I don't know, they just had a bad day, or there was some glitch in the information and there was wrong information, right? Don't relinquish control. Now, obviously, you're going to take advice, generally speaking, when you go to all your visits, right? But you want to have healthy questions to ask and healthy curiosity, and not necessarily skepticism, but you just kind of want to be involved in the decision. So it should be a shared decision making process when it comes to your health, and you have to ask questions so that you understand. You need to understand what the potential side effects are, complications of varying treatments. I'm always so amazed that people will do all sorts of procedures or take all sorts of medicines, never considering the potential side effects, and then something happens and then you realize, hey, whatever happened to you was listed as one of the possible side effects, and it wasn't a 1% chance, but like a 20% chance. But people are totally oblivious to the fact that, hey, these are some of the things that could have happened. And some of these side effects are potentially, they're dangerous, and in fact, they can be deadly, right? But don't relinquish control 100% of your health in general to just like one provider or whatever. Be involved, be informed, and then take all that together and make a decision of what's right for your health. Like, sometimes people, they're not, I don't know, your life expectancy or the life expectancy, for example, of one of your parents may not be like the longest, right? So for that person, you might not necessarily want them to go and have this major surgery because the life expectancy might be less than a year, right? So don't do things like that where there could be these grave complications, right, without considering the overall picture, right? So definitely be informed, do not relinquish control, be involved in the decisions related to your health. You only have one life, and so you want to protect that life at all costs. Do not relinquish control and blindly believe what people are saying just because they know everything, because we don't know everything, okay? Number two, diversify. Apparently, some people had all their money in the FTX basket or whatever, all their eggs in the FTX basket. And so a lot of people really lost a lot of money or all their money or whatever. I don't know. This has happened before where people put all their money in one fund or whatever and then they lost all. Like, why do people keep making the same mistake? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify. And it's the same way we should diversify with, foods that we eat, right? I had a patient a few months ago. He found out his diabetes was bad and he had a bad infection, so on and so forth. And so he just decided that he was gonna just eat salads, right? He wanted to eat healthy, and everyone knows salads, vegetables are healthy, but you can't just eat one type of food for the rest of your life. So he decided he was gonna eat only salads, only plants, no meat, nothing from animals, nothing. And after a year of doing that, he was in the hospital with severe anemia to the point where he needed to be transfused, and he had another infection because his body was malnourished. And so he wasn't able to maintain his body, and so a little wound because he's diabetic, and it broke down and then got infected. You have to diversify the food that you eat. Yes, salad is healthy, but eating that one type of healthy food every day is not going to make you healthy, because you need to have a good variety of food from all the different food groups: protein, healthy fats, some, fiber-rich starches, okay, all those, and then of course a variety of vegetables. And somebody else, I had somebody else say that, deciding what to eat it kind of is confusing depending on how maybe you came up or whatever, and the exposures you had to different foods and so on. It is potentially confusing. Plus, if you're listening to all these gurus and so on, you're like, oh my goodness, what do you eat? Do I not eat tomatoes? Do I not eat rice, gluten, whatever? Like, I don't know, right? So then I had somebody say, well, they got so confused and so tired of punching things into tracking apps, that they just decided, okay, I'm going to eat broccoli, rice, and chicken because I know that that's healthy and my app says that that's good, and I don't have time to figure out and calculate all kinds of other things. So I'll just eat that every day, right? You can't just eat the same food every single day, month after month after month, right? It's not sustainable. You're not going to be getting a wide variety of nutrients. We need all the nutrients on the macronutrient group: protein, fat, carbs to an extent, right? Also, we need phytonutrients, we need vitamins, we need minerals. And so if you're eating broccoli all the time, you're not going to be getting the type of minerals that you get from carrots and tomatoes, the type of vitamins and minerals you get from all those things. So generally speaking, we want to have a good variety, a diversity of food from all the food groups, right? A diversity of vegetables, a diversity of fruits, a diversity of proteins, right? Or you might say, okay, I'm vegetarian, I don't want to eat any meat. So different types of peas and beans, and then there's tofu and there's tempeh, diversity when it comes to your food. It can't just be the same thing every day, day in, day out, okay? And then the third thing that we can learn from this is to be careful of celebrities and gurus and so on making their endorsements, okay? A lot of times people who endorse products, they're paid to do so, okay? So they're driven by the money that they're getting to do this, okay? A lot of times they're paid. Now, okay, maybe in some cases people are not paid, but what if they didn't do their research properly? What if they don't have an understanding of specifically, what the product entails, okay? But they just kind of did a cursory review, and like maybe they know better than you, and so they didn't really get into the nitty-gritty to figure it out, right? So with this FTX business, of course, they're talking about all these celebrities that endorsed it and said they put their money there, blah, blah, blah. And so because people, relinquish control, that was the first rule, and they are so gung-ho and believing of some of these celebrities who, they're good actors and they can sell themselves and sell their products well. And so now people are upset with these people and they want to sue them. Why do you want to sue them? Ultimately, it was your decision, right? They did not take your hand and make you sign over your money to this group, right? So people are always so quick, oh, I'm going to sue you because you told me to do this. But you're a grown person. You're a grown person, and like you make your decisions, right? For children, yeah, that's a different story. But for adults, in my opinion, like the celebrities, yes, they endorse, but personally, I think that I have a responsibility to myself. Whatever my decisions are that I make, it's me. It's my personal responsibility. So I'm not really about suing people for that, because I think we're grown people and we should do our research, right? And so the same thing like with this financial stuff and the financial products that are endorsed by celebrities and gurus. There are a lot of health products too that are endorsed by like fitness gurus and celebrities and so on and so forth. And I've seen some of these things, and I wouldn't eat them. Artificial sweeteners, some of the like protein shakes that celebrities or fitness people say, oh, yes, this is good and this gives you how many grams of protein and makes you feel good and look at my muscles and so on and so forth. And then you look at the ingredients and you see all kinds of fillers and emulsifiers and sweeteners that you don't want, because they're aftertaste and things like that, right? Or like, I don't know, protein bars or whatever, and then you see so much sugar, so much added sugar in these things, right? So just because a celebrity or a guru is endorsing something absolutely does not mean that it is good, and you should always look at the thing properly. One of the things that annoys me is a lot of times when you see these products, you cannot find the ingredient list online. You go on their website and you just can't find the ingredient list online. And so to me, most times I would have to, if it's available in a supermarket, one of the supermarkets, Costco, Walmart, whatever, then they will actually have an image of the ingredient list. But if it's something that's only available online from the store of that company, a lot of times you can't find the ingredient list. But whenever you can, review the ingredient list for yourself and make a decision for yourself based on the ingredients. Can you recognize the names of the ingredients? Do they sound like really chemistry kind of chemicals, right? Do you see weird things? Just anything weird. Is the ingredient list too long, right? So you make the decision for yourself about these products. Don't just believe any random celebrity just because they happen to look good or have their muscles and so on. Because hey, what else are they doing? They're probably not just taking that protein bar or that shake. I mean, they're doing other things. They are applying a holistic approach to their health. So it's not going to be the bar alone or the protein shake alone, or the water, vitamin water, whatever, that's helping them to get to where they are, right? So bear all those things in mind. Unfortunately, human beings, we kind of don't learn our lesson, but maybe some will learn their lessons after this. 3 lessons that we can take from that FTX scandal. 1, do not relinquish control. 2, diversify. So have food from a diverse set of macronutrients and micronutrients. And 3, be super careful of celebrities and gurus endorsing products, because you know what? A lot of times they don't know any more than you. So do your own research, make your own decision. Found this helpful? Share with somebody else. Any questions, leave in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.